Jesus Christ! It's the wrong way! Yes! Yes! Aren't you a great doggy? Five-star accommodation that Nerb promised me. This is an actual legit rocket. Oh my god, it's a bearded dragon! My freaking bike just died. You are joking. Why are you running? I just want to be buddies. Whoa, 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 alright, gotta stack. I hate sand. Why do I keep coming with Nerb to places with sand? Frick. .9 degrees. 6.9 degrees. Now? Yep. Pretty cold for sun coming up. That was fine though. Go the bivvy. Ready for another day of fun. Nature walks with Nerb. It's better be some good organ pipes coming up. 500 meters of walking in the morning. Haven't even had my latte yet.
Taking Tom to show him my organ pipes.
That's what he tells all the children. The organ pipes. Pretty cool, eh?
Sound more exciting.
Another one of great Nerb's. Great desktop.
This one may have been mine. I didn't realise you suggested this one.
Yeah, you did. I didn't even know
Great.
it was here.
No, yeah.
Top destination. There's the old moon up there. The old Moony. Pretty cool.
Don't turn them on!
Off you go, Nerb.
Oh,
Pick it up early in the morning. Show us how it's done.
What's happening?
I'll never pick this up. Okay. This is ugly.
Heavy bikes, man. Heavy bikes. I'll pick up the 250 with ease. It's early in the morning. Need the latte at McDonald's. Did some amazing stargazing last night. A lot of big trees around or anything, so you just see everything looking up. Very clear night, absolute middle of nowhere, no light pollution. It was pretty freaking cool, man. Woo, still rocking 42 psi. That is the correct pressures for the sand. None of this 16 psi. That's for girls. 42. It's pretty cool. Land Cruiser, very cool. So here we are, gents. This is the last spot, last point we are able to fill up with fuel before we go into the Googs track desert. So we're gonna have about 450-ish k's of range with deep sand. The fill up everything time, Nerbs. Filling up his 2 bladders. Probably spend another half an hour filling up his tank.
No, it's already full.
It's already full, nice. This is what I'm taking with me. So we're doing what, 450-ish k's of sand?
480, I think.
480, okay, so nearly.
Not all sand, but 480 kilometres, yeah.
So close to 500 k's, including quite a bit of sand. So I've got my safari tank, which is about 14 litres. And then I've got 2 10-litre bladders. And I've got the important rations, the Oriental fried rice, the Alfredo, and the Chocky Ripple. Got to have the Chocky Ripple. A couple bottles of water and some Coke to mix my little bottle of Jack Daniels with. A couple of Cliff Bars and shit in the bike, but ready to go. Fill it up. Got some straps for strapping on the fuel bladders. I'm gonna strap them on here, on top of these side panniers. They've got some little D-rings and stuff. Should make it pretty easy to put 2 10-litre bladders on. Should be able to easy make 500 k's. 14 litres in the tank, 20 litres on the back. 500 Ks, sand without fuel. Let's go. Luckily we got about 100 of like pretty normal track. There's only going to be a couple 100 Ks of actual sand, so it's not going to be like the Simpson where, you know, we were just straight out of Birdsville in some pretty gnarly shit. So I probably haven't explained that much about kind of what this trip is about. So in the 70s, station owners wanted a track to go directly to the coast. This is what I think I read about this. I can't really remember. They didn't want to have to go all the way around the side and stuff, so they cut a track, and that's what's known as Googs track, and it actually goes over sand dunes and through a pretty soft sand desert. And the track's kind of been open since the 70s and stuff, and that's what we're going to. We're going to coming from the south and then going up north on the Googs track. To get there, we're actually going through some landowners' properties. Got permission from them, and I believe we're going through some Australian Defence land. Got permission from them as well. Nope, got all the permits and everything. Well, I think Craig, I didn't do anything. I just signed some forms and I've got permits now. So I think the WR is going to excel because the slower speeds is what is more economical for this bike. Nerb's bike likes, you know, 110 on the freeway. That's when it's most economical. The WR is most economical at lower speeds, so it should be pretty good. It's starting to feel pretty deserty now. I think we're into it now. Look at that. Whoa, whoa. Radical. Let's see. Let's see. That's what I was looking at. It looks like water, but am I just going to sink? Ah! Nope. Hard as a rock. It looks like there's water over there, but I don't think there is. Anyway, let's go. I think the track's going to get hard from now on. This is the first private property that we're coming onto. We've spoken to the owners and stuff. They have an airstrip. That is freaking cool. So when you're this remote, you've got to rely on the Royal Flying Doctor if you do get into an accident or sick or something. You should probably build your own airstrip. What the homestead? There's heaps of people here. It's like multiple houses and shit. Nice Land Cruiser. That's all I have out here. Cruisers, 270 series. Hey, hello friend.
I'm Brendan.
Tom, that's me. Nice to meet you, puppy. You're my favorite. Hi, Jesse. My love. So old mate was just saying, just Land Cruisers, 3 Land Cruisers. Old mate was just telling us, because we were like, well, you got a lot of buildings here, considering there's like 2 people here at this station. Yeah, there's only a couple of them at this big shearing station. They've got 15,000 sheep or something. And we were like, oh, you got so many buildings and stuff. And they're like, well, because 20 years ago, there used to be bloody, you know, 20, 30 people here all the time working on, you know, out of the shearing season, you're fixing stuff and dicking around and doing other stuff. But, you know, these days everything's so reliable with, you know, reliable utes and reliable motorcycles and, you know, quicker shearing abilities and stuff. They only really need 2 people working there, and then when shearing season's on, you just fly in. They've got an airstrip there, you just fly in a team, muster up all your sheep and shear them in one hit, and then they fly out. Pretty cool. This is this guy's property. Imagine if you had this property, just like cook hundreds of acres of property, 13,500 sheep on it. But distance is different out here. Old mate was just saying, because we're like, oh, you know, must be different living so remote. And he's like, I'm not that remote, I'm like 2 hours from the town. I'm like, oh yeah, you could probably, you know, head in the town and do a bit of fishing at Streaky Bay and then, you know, stay the night and come back in. We're like, no, we'll go to the town and back in one day, no problem. Done it for a carton of beer before. 4-hour return trip for a carton of beer. Jeez. Imagine having this as a property, man. Imagine having that as your property. That's phenomenal. There's people in Australia who have literally thousands of kilometers of land, private land, for like cattle and sheep and stuff. It's just crazy, man. Where are all these sheep? Like, it's meant to be a sheep, it's a sheep farm. I haven't seen a single sheep. Like, look, you can look as far as your eye can see. I don't see a single sheep. So much room. I'm such an idiot as well. Like, you're saying how many sheep they got on this, homestead. And he's like, oh, we got 13. I was like, oh, 13 sheep, that's not many. 13,000. Probably could have fit 13 sheep in your backyard, mate. I'm just a city idiot. All country Australian people want to talk about is friggin' rain. If you don't know what to say to a outback Australian, just talk about rain. That's all they care about. Oh, a bit of water about, it's been a couple of mil in the last days, or hoping for a bit of water coming up, a bit of rain, it'd be nice in the next couple of days. Or had too much rain in the last couple of weeks, a bunch of the roads are closed, too much rain. Or had bloody last year's rain was bloody too much. Yep, hope for a bit more this year. They just crap on about rain, that's all they care about. Rain makes corn, corn makes whiskey, whiskey makes my baby get a little frisky. You got a little bit of slack in your power line, mate. It touches the ground. I think that old telephone lines that are, but they've got isolators on them. I'll maybe still need to run some current through the old phone line. It's just on the ground. That's sketchy as all hell. Land Cruiser, trusty 70 series Land Cruiser. That's all they run out here. When your life depends on it, what do you choose? Land Cruiser. I love my Jeep, but if I needed to rely on it for my life, I'd have a 70 series. Imagine if you owned all this property though. Oh, insane. Just the thought that you could probably get lost and die on your own property would be pretty cool.
We say hello at the homestead. How far to your fence line? 60 kilometres!
We're in like Flynn. Oh. Jesus! It's like I'm on Ayers Rock, man. This is cool. So this collects all the water. So they just built a little rock around, a little wall around it. So all the water goes to that lower bit, and gets collected up in that collecty pen thing. Awesome. Smart farmers.
Very clever, huh?
Very clever way of collecting water.
Yep.
It'll be all clean, it won't be muddy.
No.
So I've done about 180 Ks and still got quite a lot of fuel. I'm going to dump one of these in because as you can see they're leaking just a little bit, so get it in there before it leaks too much while Nerb walks around and does boring Nerb things. Look how great this wall is, such a smart design, engineering, utilising the elements. I can just tell now how boring his video is going to be. Anyway, I'll talk about interesting stuff like fuel management. This one's leaking the most, so I'm going to put that one in. Done.